Hello everyone, my name is Longhui. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to look at the weekly market update. This is actually the first update of 2021. So let's take a look at what we have. As you may know, I normally gonna do every week on Monday, providing you a market update of Maricopa County, Phoenix metro area. For the last couple of weeks, I've been having COVID myself, so I couldn't do any live video. But this time is actually the first weekly market update ever of 2021, and I want to go a lot on inventory because we have been talking a lot about inventory in 2020. But what about for the last couple of weeks? What's going on? Right? So we have seen that on January 1st of 2021, when we compare the amount of single family active listing on the market it is actually 58% less compared to January 1st of 2020. So we already see an even less inventory on the market. And we have been talking about this problem a lot, right? A lot of buyers on the market want to buy a house, but there's not just no houses for sale on the market at this time. Again, 58% decrease compared to January of 2020. So that's already a very bad news for the buyers because they're gonna be more competitive. They're more they have to fight more to get their house, right? So that is the type of home. So that's actually a single family home. We're talking about single family home. If we're talking about townhouse and condos, the number is not so much better. It's 32% less than the same time of last year. The only thing moving a little bit better is actually mobile manufacturing home, mobile home, right? It's actually increased only 2%. But again, that is the only thing that has a positive number versus all other types of dwelling gonna have a negative number. So keep that in mind. The other thing that we are going to look at is price range, right? So compare between January of 2020 versus January of 2021, which price range moving negative and which price range moving positive in terms of number of inventory. The largest decrease price range is under $250,000. So it's actually a decrease of 80%. So that means that almost there are no houses on the market that is less than 250K. So if you are able to get under contract with a house that less than 250K, you are very, very lucky. In the other hands, though, if you're looking for a house that less than 250K, it's going to be really, really difficult for you to get a house in that price range because it's almost gone. Nobody, either no seller gonna, there's no homeowner putting their house onto the market, or the home price just increased too much, too high, that there's no houses that is less than 250 anymore, right? For all other branches, for all other price range is completely decreased, right? For example, from 250 to 300, it is 67% decrease. From 300 to 350 is 64% decrease. If we even talk about higher range, let's say 2 million to 3 million, it's still a 20% decrease in number of inventory. Over 3 million, that's the same situation, 20% decrease. 20% decrease. Normally for the market, like the higher end market, number is not that much different, right? Because there's just not a lot of home for sale at that higher range. But in this case, we even see a decreased number of inventory in not only a lower price range, but also a higher price range also. So that's number two that I want to talk about this video. The next one is the dollar in volume. The dollar in volume represent the total amount, the total home sale, right? So let's say in the entire January is normally a lower month because of holidays and things like that. But we actually see the highest. Actually see the highest dollar in volume of $4,318,000. That is actually the highest number for the last 10 years that we can see. So again, that's showing, that proving that there's a lot of demand. There's a lot of demand, people wanting to buy a house, right? And we're gonna go more detail of how many houses get sold in December and January timeline. But people want to buy a house at this time because, hey, interest rate is still so low. It could be as low as 2% right now, by the way. For some people, 2 and 2.5%. If we're looking at the number for sale, the total closing of December, we're looking at December because actually that is the earliest number that we can see. We don't have a January number yet, but expecting to be very similar to December. The closing number is about 11,413 for all new builds and resale. For all new build and resale, that's actually 20% up. 20% up compared to December of 2019. So you see the opposite to direction, right? Inventory, we see a negative number. However, for the sale, we see a positive number. That's the reason why a lot of the builder that building a new house, right? They want to increase the speed of building their new house. The median sale price is actually $345,000. It actually up 14% compared to the same time of 2019, December 2019 compared to December 2020. So it's actually 14% up. So that's really good news. For the resale, we're actually a little bit better. The resale side is actually 18% up compared to the same time of last year. So you see that there's a lot of good news for the seller and there's a lot of bad news for the buyers. Unfortunately, the only thing good for the buyers at this time is the interest rate is so low. So if you are able to get under contract, that is a great opportunity for you to keep and to take advantage of the low interest rate at this time. All right. In the other number that we are going to talk about is that's something called Comfort Market Index. So this is the index number calculated by Comfort, right? A company, really reliable real estate company that's giving to us, showing how the market is moving in each city. And we are looking at Gilbert right now is still the #1 city that if you are going to sell a house in Gilbert, you have a lot of advantage. And we're looking at the index of 717. That's actually 19% increase compared to the same time last month. Right, and then the #2 spot is Chandler. So Gilbert and Chandler has been #1 and #2 spot for a very long time. The next one is Avondale, and the following is Glendale. Right, all of city above are well above 100. Right, the 100 is normal, but we're talking about 662 for Glendale, 667 for Avondale, 701 for Chandler, and 717 for Gilbert. The higher number it is, the better for the seller situation. All right, so that's very good news. I mean, again, unfortunately, in this video, I have to say that the buyer doesn't have a lot of good news right now. I mean, the seller, not only you have a lot of advantage to sell a house right now if it is a reasonable price range, right? And then also you have a lot of appreciation. We're talking about 18% appreciation in the resale area right now, and you just don't have a lot of competitor. All right, you just the entire neighborhood maybe have only like 1 or 2 houses for sale. So there's not a lot of competitor, and there's a lot of buyers on the market right now. The seller is super advantage right now if you want to sell a house and moving to a different area that you are wanting. But again, you do have to have a good plan to make sure that you are not becoming homeless. Because for the seller side, it's really simple for you, but for the buyer side, for that reason, you do have to rely on a realtor who can coordinate everything, because doing one transaction is really difficult nowadays. Not only you have to do both at the same time. So having someone who on your side helping you is extremely helpful for you. That is all I have for today, actually. Thank you so much, everyone. And sorry about the last 3 weeks. I could not doing a live video and giving you an update because of COVID, myself having COVID. But today is much better. And hopefully you find this information is useful. Thank you so much. My name is Long Lee. Bye-bye.